alongside Paulie Malignaggi, former world champion, just been at the Ward-Kovalev weigh-in. What do you think of the weigh-in and the kind of fractious build-up we've had for this fight?
I think there's a little bit of tension in the air. I think anytime you have two competitors of this level and they're about to fight, I think it's probably normal. They're fighting for worldwide supremacy, and they're both very good fighters, and they each know they're very good fighters. So that develops that tension because you know you're at risk fighting this guy in front of you. He knows he's at risk fighting this guy in front of him, but you both want to be the best so badly. You've both met already, so you know how dangerous each other is. So it's going to create that tension. I think that was totally normal, but handled very professionally.
And how do you see the fight itself going?
I think it's going to be very similar to the first fight. There's going to be moments of boxing and there's going to be moments of inside sloppy stuff. We'll see how Kovalev adjusts to it this time around. The first time around, he was a little bit thrown off by it.
Think you're going to pick a winner?
It's hard. If I say it's the same kind of fight as last time, it makes it very difficult to score rounds. It makes it very difficult to, give rounds to one guy or the other. I think it's going to be one of those kind of fights again where both guys may think they ended up winning the fight.
Do you think the sort of Mayweather-McGregor announcement in the middle of the week kind of took a bit of attention away from this event?
I think it did for about a day. I think by tomorrow, though, everybody should be focused on this event. I mean, it's a major event, it's a major fight, and both of these guys deserve all the attention that they're supposed to get.
What do you yourself think about Mayweather-McGregor? Is it a farce, or
I think it's a bit of a sideshow, but it's interesting. There's a curiosity about it, and when people are curious, they want that curiosity satisfied, so they'll watch.
Would you agree that it's kind of a massive mismatch?
It is a massive mismatch. It's probably one of the most massive mismatches. It's probably the most massive mismatch that can be made at this level of any sport.
Yeah.
So it's like a Serie A football team playing like a Serie D football team. You know what I'm saying? In a major event. You just wouldn't see it. But somehow they've made it. And I think that the curiosity about it comes into play because of the characters that they are and the fact that they're so successful at their each individual combat sports. But we'll see.
Because I was sort of wondering aloud today, is it dangerous? I mean, couldn't McGregor get completely battered?
I think that's the way the stoppage happens, probably. I don't see it being a one-punch stoppage because Mayweather's not a big one-punch guy, but I do think it's going to be a calculated beating, a calculated assault by Mayweather, little by little, to the body, to the head, and a little bit cutting off the ring, putting Conor in positions where he's not used to being in. Kind of putting himself in positions he shouldn't be in because he doesn't recognize the danger of what he's doing. When you're a novice, you don't know how to think your way through the problem. You only know how to fight your way through the problem. And you can fight your way through every problem. Sometimes you have to think your way through the problem in the fight and then fight, within the fight and then fight that way. So I think there's a lot of depth. There's layers to this fighting thing. There's layers to boxing. There's layers to mixed martial arts even, but we're boxing. They're boxing, and I think there's layers that Conor just haven't even begun to scrape the surface, and you can't begin to scrape the surface of those in the 6 months of training or whatever long you've been training.
Yeah. Do you feel some sympathy for your former opponent, Miguel Cotto, who's got a fight scheduled the same night as that?
If I'm using my common sense, I think they probably change the date of that fight and go with another date. We'll see.
And also, another rival of yours, Adrian Broner, is fighting at the end of next month. What do you think of his fight?
I think it's an interesting clash of styles, an interesting clash of personalities, and I think it's a good fight. Both guys have, they've accomplished a lot in boxing. So when you got two guys like that that get in the ring, there's nothing to complain about.
Finally, everyone in England saw you fighting Sam Eggington. What are your thoughts on that fight now and that whole experience?
Sam's a good up-and-coming fighter. I think he's continually improving. I was happy to see him win the EBU title after he beat me. I root for Sam because he's a young kid who's hungry and he's an underdog story. And a lot of my career, I was an underdog story, so I have no problem rooting for him. I accomplished my dreams in boxing. I was able to achieve certain things. I would never wish somebody else to not achieve those things. I think we all get into this sport to try to achieve our dreams and try to achieve our goals. And I wish them the same thing.
Paulie, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Where does he live in Vegas? Yes.